Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Alrighty. So here we go with a second round match between Wtybill and Zakaz. And lineup is, as we know from Wtybill, his tempo mage, shaman, warrior. And then Zakaz is bringing the priest and druid and warrior. So we'll see how the druid and the priest do against that tempo mage.
Yeah, Bill went with the traditional shaman band here, and Zagaz banned Bill's warlock, which we know as Zoo. So interesting band there. Zagaz not banning the shaman. I feel like maybe shaman would be a more obvious ban,
I
being a
think he
more power.
knows that. I mean, he has the priest and the druid deck. I think he's been teching against those decks, and so feels like he can take on the shaman, but doesn't know necessarily what he's gonna do with with Zoo. So you kind of
Good
just
point.
you want to take the ones that you feel are
Yeah, Druid
like that you feel like
historically
you
gets wrecked by
know.
Zoo, so that makes sense.
Yeah, druid and Zoo. Oh, those days.
And like you said, they only have swipes, so not too much more changed in terms of the removal suite for Druid. So he's probably thinking he can't handle Zoo with this lineup.
That makes a lot of sense. So players now getting ready. I'm excited to see that the two players that brought sort of like the off, the not often,
Yeah, yeah.
not
It,
often
it
brought
seems like
decks.
Zagaz on paper may have a little bit of an advantage.
But we know Wtybill has been eking out some pretty good wins here. Can't spectate him. All right. So we're having a trouble getting Bill's hand actually up there, which is a little bit annoying. I think he's I don't know if we have his. We should have
It
it.
was working
It was
fine
working
round
earlier.
one.
For some reason I
I
can't seem
doubt he
to.
turned spectate
Oh,
off.
maybe
That
I have to
seems
turn
unlikely.
spectate.
Ah,
Here
there
we
you
go.
go.
Hold on
That's
one
weird.
second.
That's very bizarre.
We're coming back. Give me a second. I think turn spectate off for Presto and then turn it back on for Bill. There we go. All right, we're back in the game, and it's already going. It's going hard. Potion of Madness, trading in.
Seems like a pretty good value potion of madness there for Zagaz.
Yeah, there's not much else you can hit with it that's as good as that. Getting it while
Again,
it's
we see
still.
the patches in hand.
Yep,
A lot
Patches
of
is.
patches here at Evo today.
And Cabal Talon Priest just. It's always so good to be able to like keep your minion on board. It's great value. It sort of fills the role of a dark cultist that has now switched out of the metagame.
Wow, that spell damage totem, an absolute godsend there for
Perfect.
Bill.
And so here, I think you just play it on curve, play everything on curve. I think next turn you want to play obviously Draconid,
Another godsend draw from Bill though with that flame tongue totem. I was thinking he was down and out with the 3/6 taunt, but that
and you can
actually
even
is
play it
very
with
clean.
patches, and you charge patches and get like 4 damage.
Yeah, I mean with the Draconid operative in hand, Zagaz looking like he still has a great curve, but yeah,
I think you run patches. No, he does. He decides not to run patches. I would.
definitely a tough call there.
I might have run patches just to get some extra damage in. And looking like the Blackwing Corruptor is
Stuck in the
stuck on
air.
the inside. Playing really fast here, just like slamming down all the cards. Do
Experienced
you
players.
play the? Do you play it? Oh,
Ah,
here
that
we go.
fixed it.
There we go. That worked. So 2-2. I had that early is sort of tough because you don't really get the great like Jade synergies, but I think you have to do it, right? You have to put something on there.
Yeah, I think the Azure Drake Maelstrom here actually works pretty nicely. So I guess by playing, just dumping the Aya out there
You get
sets up
some
for
stuff.
this.
And oh, look at that nerf leper gnome. I remember when you were around. So Zakaz is going to have to. I think he's going to have to start thinking about his turns. And he's just going for it, just clearing.
I like that. I think that was a good line there. Just holy Nova there. Holding off on the Draconid operatives here a
Yeah,
little
I think
bit.
you want. I guess you want to make sure that he doesn't get good trades and just keep the board clear. If you can keep the board clear, you're pretty much winning.
Yeah, Dragon Priest may be the truest board control deck in a way, sort of out right now. They're kind of just going on their value minions and trying to take board for the most part.
If you can get the dragon flame here, that'd be really good. But think he's
Snapping the bookworm off the top
yeah.
immediately.
Doesn't even want to see what he gets off the nether space here, and he's got well,
It could have been a bookworm
it
off the
could have
nether
been
ring.
a it could have been another bookworm. Goes for Malagos. I
Malygos.
think he's gonna want Malagos as just a 4/12 body to like trade into minions. I don't know what sort of you don't really have any burst. I mean, you can steal burst from the shaman, so you can get it off of Jack and OP.
Yeah, I was thinking for some reason Anixia would be
Anixia,
good,
I
but we
also
don't know
thought
that
so.
he doesn't have the second Maelstrom in hand, so I could see why you would stay away from Anixia. Just because it's a well, actually no,
He's just
Malygos
gonna
seems
play
good.
Malagos. Just like put it on the board.
It's
You
a
can
lot of
start
damage
clearing.
coming back from Bill though if he does. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's opting for a safer
yeah.
line
That
here.
seems fine. Flame tongue's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, Flame Tongue does really curve nicely there.
Yeah, able to clear a minion, heal
That Worm
yourself up.
Restoration as well.
Yeah,
Gets right in the way of that Azure Drake or forces him to face tank a bunch.
and now I think that Bill's sort of in a top decking situation where he really just has to make sure he keeps like he has to push damage before the priest gets their board clear. But I guess he's playing the control game. And
Wow.
that's tough. I mean Malagos, oh, oh,
Guess he kind
he
of wishes he
wants
played the
it.
Malygos the previous turn now.
Well, do you respect the Malagos, Bill? Do you?
I
Are you,
mean,
are you
Bill's in a tough spot right now.
Priest is 23 health. It's not exactly great. It's turn 10.
Is there any lethal out here for Bill?
Is there any lethal?
That I'm not sure that was correct. I think he hero powers first there
Oh, to
to go
try to
for the
get
spell
the
damage. Yeah,
next
he's
spell
doing it now.
damage. Well,
He's not punished, but he drew the spell.
yeah.
Let's theoretically, if he had gotten the spell damage,
That's
would this be
plus
lethal?
3. Plus, so it would be plus 3 on the. It would have been 8 damage plus 7. It would have been very close.
He would have been at 3. Yeah, he would have
Yeah,
been at 3 because the 1 damage from the Thalnos
right.
trading, and that
Wow, look at that Holy Nova.
that's a holy nova. Yeah,
And
yeah.
just let it go. Let it go.
Pretty close game there,
That was
given
pretty
everything.
amazing getting that Malagos to
Yeah.
have a 7 damage Holy Nova. Just
I wish
destroy
it
the
made you
board.
heal for more. I'm not gonna lie.
It would be like Prophet Velen, just like pah.
Yeah.
Well, it would be like 4 and 4, but it'd be that would look really
They
good.
should add some more effects in Hearthstone that just double the healing.
That's just double healing.
Was there a card like
I mean,
that?
there's Justicar. She's still there.
Justicar. Was there a card ever that amplified the healing in the past?
Besides Prophet Velen.
Yeah, I guess besides Private Valen, yeah. No, he's probably the only one, right?
I mean, yeah, like I said Justicar is the one I can think of.
Yeah, like nothing that like buffs like healing
Spells.
wave or whatever. Yeah,
No, I don't think so.
nothing like that. Only Velen would give you 10 healing off Flash Shield. There's nothing else.
So Druid has the, expensive, the more expensive Wild Growths in hand, but also Jade Idol. You got Living Roots, which is pretty good. Shaman's gonna have to, use weapons or use the face to clear. So I think you put a Living Roots down.
Seems quite good.
And you can coin out the Blossom next turn and start
Got the
ramping.
Harrison in hand. Seems
Harrison's
like
really good, yeah. I mean, because you're not drawing too much, but you're still getting, like, you're still removing a weapon and getting cards. It's a pretty strong tech. Like, you can tell that Zagaz's really sort of teched against this lineup specifically, which is why he's feeling confident about playing against the Shaman rather than just banning the Shaman.
yeah, that's a good point. Warlock has no weapons, so his techs would be useless against Warlock. Harrison does nothing, whereas here against the Shaman, it can give him a nice advantage. Looks like we're getting a little. Oh, the ring of life
The
around
Ring of
Zagaz
Life,
again.
yeah.
He apparently.
He just gets that every time. It's just part of the perks of being a golden druid apparently.
Innervate.
Do you innervate? I mean, I think you want to remove not this weapon but the other jade weapon if or you remove it now
I'd
just to take it
probably
out.
just do it now.
Do it
Looks like yeah,
now.
he's gonna do it, and he will. Seeing what's in Bill's hand currently be rewarded. He doesn't have a weapon to currently re-weapon up. The
Right,
flame
but he
tongue is
does have Flame
nice.
Tongue, which
Yeah,
is going to give him a lot of value trades. You trade the South Sea, you go face.
finds the flame wreath facelift.
That's very tempting, because you want to play something large, but Your opponent does have a clear, so decides
Finds
to.
the
Yep,
spell damage as well.
that's really good. And the problem with Druid here is that they don't. Again, they don't have like good removal spells, good AoE removal. You can swipe things down, but you're not going to clear most things that the shaman has. You're not going to clear the feral spirits.
Very clunky removal.
And so Bill here has 5 mana, decides to put down the Faceless, uses Lightning Bolt to clear, and just keep his minions alive, which is really good.
Yeah. I wonder if there is a case to be made for trading that Buccaneer
And just keeping
because
the
we don't have
spell.
the weapon. Tough call for sure.
Alright, let's see what he's picking off of Raven Alley. He wants a spell. Force of Nature.
The
Oh
old
man.
faithful.
Oh, Force of Nature. Used to look so good. Decides for a Jade Idol instead.
Seems fine.
Doesn't really. I mean, he's facing down at least 12 damage. He's very close to lethal. I think you want a Feral Rage here into gaining armor because you're really worried about what he could have in hand. Super close. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like he's going for the attack and.
No,
Oh no
he's
no
he's
no. Yeah
definitely
yeah
gaining
yeah.
it,
He's
but
going
he's
for the
just gonna
armor.
keep hitting the Flame Tongue just to slowly chip it away and chip it down.
Yeah, it's a grim
I mean,
position.
it would have been lethal if he hadn't done that, right?
Mhm.
Because that lava burst would have guaranteed lethal. So now he's got at least one more turn to sort of try to figure out what he's gonna do. But the Druid I think has a hard time against Shaman specifically.
Yeah,
And
he's.
he hasn't really teched. I don't know what else he's teched in this deck. Like I don't think he's doing like Starfall or anything like that. But that would be like committing to the tech.
Yeah,
At
and at
9
that point, what do you
damage.
do against the control decks?
Exactly. I mean,
It
Starfall
would
does have
depends on
that
what you would have to.
flexibility, but I think he's kind of stuck.
Dropping the Thorison, and little does he know
That he's
that is
super
one off
close.
actually.
One off. One. Oh,
Yeah,
actually, well,
spell damage.
spell damage. Yeah, so close.
Thought he was dead there for a second.
It's not.
So,
Well,
ah,
he can still get it. He can still spell damage into it, and he's
yep,
gonna
he's
roll
going
for
for the
it.
1 and 4, and he
Gets
finds
it.
it. Bill with
Oh,
the skill roll.
skills. Oh, that
You know, he was still
hurts.
in a great position
Yeah, no,
regardless.
obviously yes, but that really hurts. That really
Yeah.
hurts. There was no way that Zaqazdeath could have stabilized. I think you have to draw in.
Oh, that's my homie. That's my buddy in real life. Yeah. What's up, Camlin? Not?
And that brings Wtybill at let's see, we got so Zakaz one. It's 1-1. Got so Druid lost and
And who did Zagaz win in the first round with?
I think he won it with the priest.
It was the priest, wasn't it?
Priest against the
Warrior as well, right?
warrior. Okay.
So Bill finding a win with his warrior against the druid there, or with the shaman rather.
Yeah, rather
So
shaman.
so Bill still got his warrior then.
He still has it. Yeah.
Ah,
He's
so
got that and he's got his mage.
he
Still.
decided to switch up, change decks. I rarely do that personally. I usually like to just keep going with the same one until I get a win. Might be really stupid, but I don't
I
know.
mean, I
That's
think
what confused me
that's the
there.
tricky part about conquest. Like some conquest tournaments, they force you to stay, right? Like that's like the
No,
rule.
I think
Oh, you
that's
can
probably
always
last
switch.
hero standing you're
Oh,
thinking
last
of.
turn sound.
Yeah,
Okay,
I've
yeah.
barely done any of that. I think a
So,
lot of people sometimes just randomize what decks they're going to pick. Some people like just selecting it manually.
counterpick. All right, so let's see how this tempo mage does against druid.
Should be an interesting matchup.
Well, Harrison's not gonna do anything,
Very true.
so I think you mulligan the entire hand, and
Bill running the Babbling Book in Tempo Mage. I like that. I've been
I
a
think
fan
it's
of it.
good. I think I mean that was the winning card of last year's BlizzCon.
True.
So, Havel getting a
And he got a
blizzard.
Blizzard.
Yeah, he got a blizzard.
Terrible joke.
Blizzard. And again, with the 3 mana wild growth effects here in hand, I think you want to build them. You want to get those earlier. Every turn that you kind of like don't Jade Blossom, the Jade Blossom becomes like much worse.
And this Jade Blossom 2/2 contesting the 3/2 here, not bad at all.
Not bad at all. Forces him to use a removal spell. Sees
And
it.
prey on the missiles.
Let's see. I mean, he's got such a
Oh
good.
no.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh,
that
just
was a
barely.
real nail biter. The
Could have
feeling when
could have
those missiles
whiffed.
start
Yes.
going face.
You're like, no, the whiffs.
Definitely the correct line though, considering you only need 1 of 4 to hit there.
Yeah. And just goes for another Jade out.
Non-stop barrage of Jades.
I
That
think
Blizzard looking like it really may come in handy if it gets to that point. You know, just get a 1-turn freeze on all these big Jade minions. It could give Bill the time he needs
Alright,
to
let's see
put some
what
damage
Barnes
through.
puts in. Rag. That is unfortunately not useful this turn, but not the worst draw. I mean,
It
having a
does force
discount
him to
spell.
address it.
It has an effect outside of just being a 1/1. Deciding if he's going to trade, which I think he does.
Yeah, Tempo Mage really does have great minions to pull with Barnes because you're really working with at the worst, most likely a spell damage. Babbling Book is really the only vanilla 1/1 that you're really gonna pull.
So the question is, do you Jade Behemoth this turn? I mean, I feel like you could. Puts a 5 J Golem. Or do you just like stack your hand?
That's the reason why the Sorcerer's Apprentice seems really, really good because it forces him to determine there. If it wasn't that and it was just a vanilla 1/1, then he could just slam the Jade Behemoth every time. But here
Hmm.
he has to respect that.
And
However, he does find the Bran. Bran plus Jade Behemoth
that
is
is really good, but that's a later turn. That's like you got like 2 more turns before
yeah,
that works out. And Bill can take his time here, but he doesn't.
interesting.
It's,
Interesting, but I like it. I do think that being proactive here rather than
proactive is
killing
good,
this, I
yeah.
like it.
Let's see what he discovers. Pick something
Ooh.
naturalized, Moonglade Portal, Moonglade Portal.
Moonglade's a strong pull here, I feel. And he's just going to throw it down.
Yeah, just to get the minion.
On the minion.
On the minion.
I don't mind it.
Forces him to use removal. I feel like he feels confident enough at 24 health that he can just keep. He wants to keep his minions on board.
When
Not.
you really compare Moonglade to Fireland's Portal in a situation like this, it really highlights how good Moonglade Portal actually really is.
You think
You
so?
get 6 mana for 6 heal and you get a 6 drop, and then you're doing 5 damage for 7,
Right, that's
getting a
true.
5 drop. So, yeah, they really value direct damage a lot higher.
Yeah. And the J Behemoth gets down, it's gonna be a 5 and a 6. So
Uh-oh.
that Blizzard probably should come in at us.
That Blizzard seems pretty good.
It's too bad he used it last turn.
Yeah.
You gotta. So now the game becomes a question of how does he get rid of this board? He's got some answers, but not. He can definitely. I mean, he's got full health, so he can wait it out. But you have to decide how you want to do this. You want to get rid of Bran. You just don't want. You don't want
Very tough
Bran.
predicament for Bill, though.
I think
For
he's gonna
full
trade
health.
his Mana Worm into Bran,
That would be advisable.
but doesn't. Goes face.
Face is good. Zagaz finds the Feral Rage, which should
That's gonna be tough.
take Bill out of any type of striking distance.
Yep. Oh man.
Just gonna throw it down right now. Probably just kind of prompt the
Yes.
concede.
I mean, how do you deal with this board?
Yeah, it's
Yep.
twisting Nether.
Twisting Nether. That would be the one. But
Top deck's what?
I think you. How would you even get that? I guess Yogg. You would have to go back to Yogg.
Yeah, there's nothing in the mage arsenal that can deal with a board like that other than a blizzard, actually, which
A
funnily,
blizzard,
grab the
yeah.
blizzard, I
Like a
mean.
blizzard, but still, then you'd have to wait until you get
Like,
your
what
flame
are you gonna
strike.
do?
Yeah. I mean, if you're running freeze mage, you blizzard into your doomsayer. And here we go with the weapon mirror match. Warrior mirror match it goes.
Down to the warrior mirror match. Bill with a great
Great
starting
hand.
hand by the looks of it. With that being said,
Everyone's got their pirates coming
another
out.
frothing. Guess we'll see how Bill.
Yeah, these are the early game. These are the early game
Yep.
plays. You trade, develop yours, and then next turn.
I actually like coining out the Buccaneer here because it gives you the perfect curve into your 2-drop with the Blood
Hmm.
Sail into the frothing, into another frothing. Looks like he's going to try to coin frothing. Not a bad line by any means, but I do prefer actually coining out the Buccaneer there.
He's gonna go face, just like
Okay, that seems
very
pretty
aggressive.
wrong.
Very aggressive, very aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, you have a 1 damage weapon charge there. The issue with the play that Zagaz took right there, in my opinion, was he's not even remotely respecting Blood Cell Cultist. You know, I feel much more inclined to trade off with both of his 1/1 pirates,
Hmm.
then maybe even equip the War Axe if he wanted, or just armor up past. I don't know if disregarding everything and going full faces
Is the
ideal in a
right play at
situation
this
like
point.
this. However, when you are losing the mirror, it can be kind of correct to just completely drop everything by the wayside and go all face. So that's probably what he's thinking here.
Yeah.
And I think this axe at the face is going to really, really bring that full face strat home for Zagaz. Yeah, he's just doing the completely, I'm just not even going to think about
Not
anything,
don't even
pure face.
don't even address the board. Just like you'll trade off the minions.
Not sure it's going to work for him here though with the power of the frothing. Each of these 1/1s traded into the 1/3 gives each of
Yeah.
these frothings to attack. It's
It's no
not something
good.
you want to be staring down.
That was an aggressive play,
Probably
and
wasn't going to be too good for him either way, but
because now you have to like, what do you have? He's got to heal, but he's just gonna keep going face. I
I
mean, you've committed to this line of play. You might as well do that.
mean, he's getting him low.
He's getting him pretty low, but just the card advantage in Bill's hand and the two frothings
The
are just
two
just
frothings.
gonna keep growing. You've got weapons, you've got Bloodsail, you've got cultists. I think you played the I think you played the Arcanite and then just like hit go face.
Well, he only has 4
Oh,
mana
sorry,
here, so he
sorry. I
can't.
didn't even notice that. So I guess the other one, the Zos first mate. So
I
why not? I mean,
think, yeah, that this seems correct. I may have
you may have
gone really
armored up
defensive and yeah, exactly.
because you think your opponent's
I'm
just like
scared.
running, but you've got lethal next turn.
There's nothing in Zagaz's deck that he could possibly draw to lethal Bill. So Bill's line was correct here.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's no combination of cards that deals 9 for 5. Actually, there was. Bill just misplayed. He could have had Fiery War Axe, Heroic Strike, and Southsea Deckhand. Armoring up
Okay.
was correct for Bill there. I actually wholeheartedly think that that was a
Bill's.
minute misplay.
I mean, Bill was just counting
Although
on
wait, there's
not
not
that
even enough
three list.
cards in his hand to do that
Yeah, there's
though.
not enough
Right,
cards in
right,
his
right,
hand to
right,
do
right.
that. So,
Never mind.
all right, we're fine.
Yep.
And that's
If he
it.
had one more mana, or one more card, then you definitely armor up there.
All
I'm sure
right.
Bill considered all the
I
situations.
don't know. He played pretty fast there. I think he was
I
just like,
think he
I'm ready.
considered
I'm
it.
ready.
Maybe you're right. He sucks. I'm just
No. Right. Like, what is he like ranked 200
kidding.
legend right now?
Top 100, I
I think
think.
he's 100. Yeah, top 193.
Okay, so is this the final game?
I think this is it. This is it.
So it comes down to Bill and his tempo mage versus Zagaz and his warrior, and definitely a matchup we don't see too much of these recent times.
Um, and I think Tempo may just slightly favor just because if they can get their early game removal for all the 1/1s,
I
you
think you're
can
right.
kind of snowball it. Like I think you've got your Flame Waker. Basically, the warrior has to decide whether he respects your minions enough to clear them, and if he's already doing that, he's not really working towards his face win condition.
Ooh, a beautiful top deck for Bill there for his turn one
Mono
option.
Word,
That really
Coin,
contests the board great.
Mirror Image,
That may be the play to lock the game down on turn one. The
and
other consideration is to hold off and try to coin out the Acolyte
no,
on
I
turn.
think you go.
I agree, actually. I didn't even see this play, but I like it a lot. Protects his worm from that heroic strike that we see in the hand of Zagaz.
Yeah, and forces the warrior to use valuable weapon charges and
I forgot how insane Mirror Images was against Face Warrior a couple months ago when people were playing a lot more tempo mage. Wow, that was something that you really did not want to see as Face Warrior. It's pretty
Monoworms
much
trading.
ferals for 1 mana.
Yeah, Monoworms trading. So now you got options, but he's deciding he's gonna lose one of the Dread Corsairs. He's got two heroic strikes in hand, which is
Very clunky.
yeah. This is the problem when the warrior draws the late game reach for 2 mana. then you're kind of stuck doing this.
That's a removal spell for Totem Golem. What are you talking about?
That's true. And so,
Zagaz with a nice board here.
yeah, but Bill's probably got. I mean, I feel like Bill's got a lot of options here.
Well, that top deck for Bill is a bit of another godsend, to be
Yeah,
honest.
just getting that to deal 4 for 1 mana,
He
get rid of
had
the
no answer
frothing.
for that frothing and may have been in some severe trouble if not for that Arcane Blast right there.
Yeah, that's tough. And I think that Zagaz is just gonna go for it. He's going for the aggro play
That's a
again.
YOLO.
YOLO heroics.
I think he's going to trade into the 1/1 with that. Oh, I'm no.
No, no, that's not the plan. 11 damage.
Going for the cycle.
I mean, he's just gonna try to race him down.
He
It should,
actually has Bill at quite a low number. The Frostbolt is not bad,
Frostbolt.
but the turn is totally passed. If Zagaz top decks an Arcanite Reaper right here,
That's,
even that is
that's really
very
good.
strong.
4 damage every turn, so he's got 4 damage in hand. All he needs is like an Arcanine Reaper and not to be frozen. See what Barnes gets.
The worst
The
pull.
worst, the worst.
So I guess he's running two of those. We know that now, and we know that he pulled the second one out there with. Wow,
Wow, so close.
that may
That may do it next turn. What
that
does he
may
need?
do it.
Because so he's gonna be on 8 mana. He needs like another charger. Uh,
Bill's gonna have
War
to finesse
Axe.
this very carefully if he even has a chance of winning.
He needs to figure out how to avoid dying.
And he
That was
narrowly escapes death
so
here.
close.
Hopefully he remembers to play around Mortal Strike here at the 12 HP, otherwise
I feel like
that'll
if you're
take care of
holding
him.
something, that I think he must know that it's got to be. It's not a weapon because you would have equipped it.
Yeah, that's a hard read at this point. He should have a hard read on it at this point.
But the question is, like, he just needs to draw into like something that's gonna prevent face damage. But like, you have to kill him from what, like 16? Is that the idea? Like, just don't let him get that
Basically,
last. Like, put up taunts and kill him from 16 so he can't mortal strike your face.
yeah, exactly.
Freeze is good.
This is the perfect line here. This forces Zagaz to top. Actually, what are Bill May? Oh no. Okay, he's got the ping. He's got the ping. I was thinking that could have been some. Whoa, Bill.
Very tricky. Oh
Whoa,
no,
Bill.
Bill,
Oh, he's
Bill.
got something to trade with it anyway. What am I
Okay,
saying?
but
Gets the ping
but
and
brings him
puts
down.
him at 13.
Yeah, but the mortal strike. The mortal strike. So close.
Wow. So that looks like Bill's got Litho turned around. That was a
That
real
was
nail biter.
really.
Well played on both sides for
That was
sure.
real tricky.
Bill almost got punished there for dumping the
The
mirror
Flame
images on
Waker.
turn one.
Yeah.
No, the mirror images on turn one,
Oh.
actually, I think, because sometimes I've learned with your ferals and your mirror image, you actually want to save it for later when they're going to be hitting in with their mega chunk. Whereas right
Nah.
there, he just took one and two and just allowed the minions to just really clean the trade into it. Ended up paying off for him right there, but
I
it
think
was
it was the right
close.
play to start. Like, I think
You're
you
probably
just.
right, but it was,
You create a mono worm that can at least push in that last bit of damage. So good job, Bill. That
yep,
was really
congratulations
well
to Bill.
done.
And that is the end
That
of
is
that
the end of
round,
that
and well
round. Bill
fought by
goes
both
on.
people for sure.
Bill looking like he's doing a really good job. People putting up a decent fight though. Everyone's been
Absolutely. I
doing
mean,
really
he's
well.
coming with a unique lineup, so that's probably keeping people on their toes. I know I find it a lot harder to face decks that I haven't been facing a lot recently.
Yeah, thinking about that tempo mage, and I guess tempo mage is still viable.
Apparently, as well as the zoo
Yeah,
absorbing the ban.
absorbing the ban and letting shaman kind of run free. So we're we're gonna take a quick break again. There's still games going on, and we'll join you in a second.
Be back shortly. See you all in a few minutes.